Owning and renting apartments is a business. Like any business, it must follow the law. One important set of laws is fair housing law. These laws ensure everyone has equal access to housing. This applies to renting apartments, houses, and other properties. Fair housing laws protect people from discrimination. Discrimination is when someone is treated unfairly because of who they are. This includes their race, religion, or family status. As an apartment investor, you must follow these laws. Following fair housing laws is not just ethical, it's good business. It helps you avoid legal problems. It also helps you attract a wider range of renters. This can lead to lower vacancy rates and a more stable income stream. Remember, fair housing is everyone's right. As an apartment investor, you play a key role in upholding this right. By understanding and following fair housing laws, you create a fair and welcoming environment for all potential renters. The Federal Fair Housing Act protects 7 groups of people. These groups are called protected classes. They are protected from discrimination in housing. It's important to know these groups and the protections they have. First, race. This includes a person's race or color. You cannot refuse to rent to someone because of their race. Second, religion. This includes a person's religious beliefs. You cannot deny an applicant because of their religion. Third, national origin. This refers to a person's country of origin. It is illegal to discriminate based on where someone is from. Fourth, sex. This means you cannot discriminate against someone based on their gender. This includes treating men and women differently. Fifth, familial status. This protects families with children under 18. You cannot refuse to rent to a family because they have children. Sixth, disability. This includes physical and mental disabilities. You must make reasonable accommodations for people with disabilities. Seventh, color. This is related to race and provides additional protection. It ensures that people are not discriminated against due to their skin color. Understanding these protected classes is crucial. It helps you avoid unintentional discrimination. It also helps you create a welcoming environment for all potential renters. Federal fair housing laws set the minimum standard. However, many states and cities have additional protections. These laws often expand on the federal protections. They might also include additional protected classes. For example, some states prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation. This protects individuals from discrimination based on their sexual orientation. This includes lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender individuals. Gender identity. This protects individuals from discrimination based on their gender identity. It ensures equal treatment for transgender and gender non-conforming individuals. Marital status. This means you cannot discriminate against someone based on whether they are single, married, divorced, or widowed. Source of income. This protects individuals who receive income from sources like government assistance or alimony. It is crucial to research and understand the specific laws in your area. These laws can vary significantly from state to state and even city to city. Ignorance of these laws is not an excuse. You can be held liable for violating fair housing laws, even if you were unaware of them. Understanding fair housing laws is essential, but it's also helpful to see how these laws apply in real-life situations. Case studies can provide valuable lessons. They highlight common discriminatory practices and how to avoid them. Case Study 1. A landlord refuses to rent a 2-bedroom apartment to a family with 2 young children. The landlord states that the apartment is not suitable for children. This is a clear case of discrimination based on familial status. The landlord cannot make assumptions about the family's ability to care for the apartment. Case Study 2. A property manager asks a potential tenant about their religion during a showing. Later, the applicant is denied, and the manager mentions that the other tenants wouldn't be comfortable with their religion. This is a clear violation of fair housing laws. Asking about religion and denying an applicant based on this information is illegal. These cases highlight the importance of recognizing and avoiding discriminatory practices. It's crucial to treat all applicants equally and fairly, regardless of their protected characteristics. Section 5. Auditing your screening process, a step-by-step guide. Your tenant screening process is a critical area for ensuring fair housing compliance. It needs to be objective, consistent, and free from bias. Here's a step-by-step guide to audit your screening process. First, Review your application. Examine your rental application for any questions that could be considered discriminatory. Avoid asking about an applicant's race, religion, national origin, or familial status. Next, standardize your criteria. Establish clear written criteria for screening applicants. This might include credit score requirements, income verification, and rental history checks. Ensure these criteria are applied consistently to all applicants. Then document everything. Maintain detailed records of your screening process for each applicant. This includes the date and time of applications, reasons for denial, and any communication with the applicant. Also, train your staff. Ensure everyone involved in the screening process understands fair housing laws and your company's policies. Provide regular training on fair housing best practices. Finally, seek feedback. Regularly ask for feedback on your screening process from staff, applicants, and fair housing organizations. This can help identify areas for improvement and ensure compliance. By following these steps, you can create a screening process that is fair, transparent, and compliant with fair housing laws. Section 6. Role-playing for fairness practical exercises for your team. Role-playing is a powerful tool for training your team on fair housing practices. It allows your staff to practice handling real-life situations in a safe environment. Here are some role-playing scenarios. Scenario 1. An applicant with a service dog inquires about a no pets policy. Have staff members take turns playing the roles of the applicant and the property manager. Discuss how to handle the situation while complying with fair housing laws regarding reasonable accommodations. Scenario 2. A potential tenant mentions they are a single parent. Another staff member expresses concern about noise levels and potential damage. Role-play. How to address these concerns while avoiding discriminatory language and ensuring fair treatment. Scenario 3. An applicant asks about the racial makeup of the building. Practice responding to this question in a way that is both truthful and non-discriminatory. Emphasize that you cannot steer applicants based on race or any other protected characteristic. Regular role-playing exercises can help your team develop the skills and confidence to navigate complex fair housing situations effectively. Section 7. Building inclusive policies, from applications to leases. Your policies and procedures should reflect your commitment to fair housing. This includes everything from your rental application to your lease agreement. Application process. Ensure your application form is free from discriminatory questions. Provide clear instructions and offer assistance to applicants who need help completing the application. Occupancy standards. Review your occupancy standards to ensure they are reasonable and comply with fair housing laws. Avoid policies that discriminate against families with children. Reasonable accommodations. Establish a clear process for requesting reasonable accommodations for disabilities. Be prepared to engage in an interactive dialogue with applicants to understand their needs. Lease agreements. Review your lease agreements to ensure they are consistent with fair housing laws. Avoid any language that could be considered discriminatory. By creating inclusive policies and procedures, you can create a more welcoming and equitable environment for all applicants and tenants. Section 8. Expert advice, third-party screeners, legal help and more. Navigating fair housing laws can be complex. Don't hesitate to seek expert advice when needed. Third-party screening services. Consider using a reputable third-party screening service to help you screen applicants fairly and consistently. These services can help you avoid unintentional bias and ensure compliance. Legal counsel. Consult with a qualified attorney specializing in fair housing law. They can provide guidance on specific situations, review your policies and procedures, and represent you in case of a complaint or lawsuit. Fair housing organizations. Reach out to local fair housing organizations for resources and training opportunities. These organizations can provide valuable insights and support for fair housing compliance. By leveraging these resources, you can stay informed about fair housing laws and best practices. This proactive approach can help you minimize risks and create a more equitable and inclusive housing environment. Section 9. Creating a welcoming community. Your commitment to fair housing. Mastering fair housing laws is not just about avoiding legal trouble. It's about creating a welcoming and inclusive community for all. By embracing fair housing principles, you contribute to a more just and equitable society. Remember, every applicant deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their background. By upholding fair housing laws, you create a community where everyone feels valued and has an equal opportunity to find a place to call home. This commitment to fairness is not only ethically sound, but also makes for a stronger, more vibrant community.